Welcome to Author Mindset Monday with a great quote from C.S. Lewis. Failures are the fingerposts on the road to achievement. Think about the most amazing baseball players in history. The guys who hit more home runs than anyone else. Hank Aaron comes to mind immediately for me. Yet, this is a guy who struck out way more than he ever hit home runs. You know, he probably struck out, I don't remember the exact numbers, but he probably struck out 2 times for every home run he hit. Maybe 3. And yet, he will never be forgotten. He's a legend in baseball. So that's what we want to discuss today. But first, my name is Christopher D'Armani. If you've not been here before, welcome. It is my pleasure. It is my passion to empower nonfiction authors just like you, so you can turn your dream of writing a book into your published reality. And the way we do that is by overcoming what we term failures in this moment. So I want to talk about baseball just a little bit because why not? It's fun. And I want to talk about Denzel Washington because he has this famous speech where he says, fail big. Swing for the fences and who cares if you hit the home run or not? Just give it everything you've got. And he says the reason to do that is because only through failure and persistence, failure plus persistence, will we learn the new skills and grow into the human being that God intends us to be. You know, that become the writer that God intends us to be. Can't be done if we just live in that little cocoon that we call the comfort zone. You know, if we're only going to be willing to step like that, maybe our big toe out of the comfort zone, guess what? we're probably never even going to get up at bat, let alone swing for the fences. So in that context, fail big. It's through our failures, these are the essential stepping stones of our success. Think about anything that you've attained in life that you're really proud of and that gave you great fulfillment. You failed a lot along the way, didn't you? You learned a lot along the way too, right? You had to. In order to reach that mountaintop of success, that's the only way you get there. So, fear of failure is simply irrational. It is nonsensical. If you're sitting there afraid of, someone may not read my book if I read it, someone may not, whatever that external fear is, it's all true right this moment. So why are you afraid of it? If you're afraid no one's ever going to read your book, guess what? They're not reading your book right now because it's not done. Because you've not done it yet. You've not written it yet. You've not published it yet. And if you're not writing it right now, because you're afraid no one's ever going to read it, well, that is what I would like to call a self-fulfilling prophecy. You are guaranteeing that your biggest fear will come true. And that's insane. I will never succeed at anything the very first time I try it. Nothing. Not in writing a book, not in doing anything else, not of doing anything that's worthwhile. I will always fail far more than I succeed, and yet every single one of those failures is essential to my success. So I'm hammering on this point because I want you to understand that this is true for you too. If it's true for me, if it's true for Hank Aaron, if it's true for Babe Ruth, guess what? It's true for you too. To expect otherwise is nonsense. We all fail far more than we succeed every single day. Just getting ready for this presentation today. I prepared the slide deck, a couple weeks ago because I always build the stuff as far in advance as I can so that on the day where I'm filming it, it's all really simple. And yet, no matter how often I do that, no matter how much time I spend revising it beforehand, there's always little changes that I need to make today because in this moment, I'm a different person than I was 2 weeks ago when I created the slide deck or a week ago when I sort of tweaked it a little bit. I've learned new things. I know how to do things better. I know I have a new way of looking at something. Changes are inevitable. And those are what I will call little micro failures, Will the world end if I don't fix the slide deck? No, of course not. I'll still muddle through. But this constant process of persisting, of seeking to improve a little bit more every single day is essential. I work my hardest to succeed, of course, as I should, as you should too. And even though my hard work may not guarantee success in this particular moment, when I apply persistence to it, guess what? Things are going to change. When I fall short, I simply embrace the opportunity to learn. I embrace the opportunity to try some other angle, some different way, some new method. And I embrace that opportunity with gratitude. Ideally, I approach it with joy, but always gratitude, joy when possible, I guess is a way to put it. Because I know that with my persistence, with my determination, with my refusal to simply, I refuse to give up, my success is guaranteed. And if you've watched any of my videos before, this is one of the constant themes that I present to you. I love doing things that guarantee my success. So that's why I talk about writing habits, building that daily writing habit. It's essential. It guarantees my success. Your persistence and your determination will guarantee your success as well, as long as you apply them. That's it. Setbacks are temporary. Setbacks are those little failures. If I swing and strike out in that moment, so what? I know the next time I'm going to nail that pitch and it's going to go flying out of the park and it's going to be awesome. Same is true for you. Unless you quit, unless you refuse to get up to bat again. And that's insane, as I said earlier. Utterly, utterly insane. Because these little setbacks, these are our signposts, our guideposts, our guides to our ultimate destination, which is that published book, which is that fulfillment that comes when someone buys your book and reads it and transforms their life with it. That's what this is all about. So in the context of these little micro failures, these mini failures, you swing for the fences and you miss. I have a couple of questions I want to ask you. I want you to ask yourself specifically. Let me put it that way. What went wrong and why did it go wrong? Be as specific as you can and do this on paper. Write down, what did you try? What happened? And why do you think that happened? What can you do differently to make sure that doesn't happen next time? Write it all down. Super simple stuff. And of the why, was it something that you did or something you didn't do? Because often it's something that we don't do that we should have done that is what causes us to fail in that moment. But whatever resulted in that outcome that was less than pleasing for you, what did you do or what did you not do that was partly responsible for that happening? And then what lessons can you draw from that experience? What can you learn? What can you use to grow? What can you use to become a better human being, from a better author? Use every single one of these answers and these insights that come from those answers to refine your process for the next time. So that, for example, if you're building your slide deck, maybe there's a way you can do it faster. Maybe there's a way you can do it better. Maybe there's an easier way to find those images that really sing to you and bring that message alive for you. I guess I'm speaking about myself there because I talk about slide decks a bunch. But in terms of your writing, do the same thing. What is the thing that can help you write faster, especially that first draft? What is the thing that can help you place yourself in a state of expectation, of gratitude, of joy for the opportunity to sit down and write today? Because 150,000 people didn't wake up this morning. They went to sleep last night with their dreams for tomorrow, and guess what? That'll never happen because they died in the night. That's possible for every single one of us. So for me, that instills another great sense of urgency about why I must do all of this right now, because none of us are guaranteed tomorrow. But if I get that book finished and published today, guess what? It can go on long after I'm done and make an impact even though I'm no longer here. Look at all the books that you read from people who are no longer here. Some of the classics that inspire us, make us feel just amazing. Those are the things that live on after we're gone. And it's all because of persistence. Those authors, the ones that we look up to, the ones that we revere, use their persistence and their determination to make sure that no matter what happened, that this particular book would be finished out into the world and so it could live on after them. When you do that, when you come to this with this mindset of urgency, with this mindset of, it doesn't matter if I fail, because even if I fail, I'm going to learn something. I'm going to be able to be better next time. Swing for the fences always, but accept the fact that 2 to 3 times, pitcher's going to get one over on you. It's just how it works. One of my favorite passages on persistence comes from Proverbs 24:16. For a righteous man may fall 7 times and rise again, but the wicked shall fall by calamity. Get up one more time than you fail, always. Ask for a helping hand to get up if you need it. Someone's always going to be there. Someone that you trust will always be there to offer that hand to pick you back up. But it all starts with you. You have to want to get up first, because they can hold that hand all day long for you. But if you don't want to get up, you're never going to grab onto it. You're never going to use them to help lift you back up and try over again. We can all use a helping hand. That's what we're here for. This is why we write our books, because we want to help other people, right? So I encourage you to embrace this mindset of try one more time than you fail. Always get up one more time than you fall down, because when you do this, when you persist, when you embrace the gratitude, the love, joy, compassion, those things I love talking about all the time, and you do that with persistence and with gratitude and determination, your success truly is guaranteed. You cannot be stopped. And that is a beautiful thing. And it all boils down to that one little thing. Persist. Let me go back to where I'm supposed to be. There, let's try that slide. I would love for you to connect with me on social media. You can find links to all my social media accounts on authorcoach.click/Christopher. And I would love to connect with you on LinkedIn, all the rest of them. And there's a couple other cool things there as well. If today's video helped you in some way, I apologize for the jumpy keyboard this morning. I'd love for you to like it and share it with your friends. And if something jumped out at you, share it in the comments. I'd love to know what that was. But always look at your failures as just one more stepping stone to your success, to your ultimate, inevitable success. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll talk to you again tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And until then, be amazing, be inspired.